Hey everybody, this is Nathan from Vidori, the company behind Pepper. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make a completely new editable page in under 10 minutes using nothing but Pepper and Alfresco. So, first off, this webcast is going to be for a technical audience. That's going to be either Java developers or someone that has XHTML and CSS experience. And in the interest of full disclosure, the steps that we've already done are: one, I've taken an existing plain Java application and I've added our Pepper library to it. Two, I've configured on a completely different server an Alfresco content management system enterprise version running. Three, I set up my IntelliJ IDE, but Eclipse will work just as well. And last but not least, I set up a small little JSP that you're actually looking at right now. So if I flip over to my IDE, you'll see right here is the page you were just looking at. This is over here on the left-hand side. You can see that this Vidori web app is nothing but a plain Java application. Uses a pretty standard Maven build format. So we've got our Java controllers here, we've got our web app JSPs here, and here's our demo.jsp that we're viewing right now. So first off, let's make sure we're updating the right page. I'm just going to change all this, delete it, and put in a hello world in here. If I build this out, go back to our page, and refresh, you'll see hello world. Okay, so basically at this point we've got a URL, we've got our JSP, and we want to make a page editable. So in this case, first let's find a page that we want to clone. I recently learned that the White House website is actually released under a Creative Commons license. So how about we steal that? I'm going to go to the White House website, and all we have to do from here is find a page, any page, that we want to start editing content on. So under issues, I'll go to technology. It seems kind of relevant. And here's a nice looking page. Navigation along the top and left, and 2 columns of content. So we could effectively pretend like in our company, a designer handed us this HTML and said, I want to make this editable inside of Pepper and Alfresco. So to simulate that, I'm just going to view the page source. I'm going to copy all of it, the whole page. I'm going to go back and paste this inside of our JSP. My first goal is just to get this page up and running inside of Pepper, looking like the standard White House web page. So one thing I noticed when I pasted, it looks like I have a bunch of warnings here that all the CSS and JavaScript and image links seem to be broken, and I don't care to have to migrate all those over. So being lazy, I'm actually going to change all of the relative links to be absolute. So bear with me for a second. whitehouse.gov/sites. I'm going to replace this. This should then allow us to steal the look and feel without having to copy over all those files. Let's make sure that it worked. So I'm building it out. If I flip back to our browser and refresh our Hello World page, hopefully, there we go. We'll see a big, beautiful technology page lifted directly from the White House website. Okay, so believe it or not, we're almost done. The next step is to go about making this editable, and that involves basically 2 to 3 steps. So first, let's go in and, as I mentioned before, we've already added our Pepper tag library. So all we have to do is import that into our JSP. So I'm going to add in right here our tag lib. Okay, that'll define the basic tags that you need to make any JSP in your application editable. Second, we're going to need to add that toolbar, the bar of options in terms of lets you check in and out pages and edit pages. We'll need to add that to the page. In this case, I'm just going to add it right to the top here. So here's the body tag on the White House website. I'm going to add our toolbar tag right here. So there you go. Pepper simple and then toolbar. And that's it. I'm going to build this out. And if I go back to our Pepper website here, I'll refresh it. And it should look almost identical. The only difference being we now have this magical toolbar that appears along the top right here. So the next step is we go here and say we want to edit it. We click edit, and nothing happens. That's actually a good thing, because the last step is to define the regions that we want to be editable. So in this case, to get started, I'm just going to take this whole center column here and work on this. So I'm going to find some text right here that I'm going to search for inside of our page. I'll go back to IntelliJ. I'll search for the text, and here we go. And on this page, there seems to be a div with an ID of content right here. And this seems to house all of the copy on the page. So I'm going to delete everything inside of that copy block. I'm going to add one more tag to it. I'm going to add pepper content, this tag right here. So basically I took the whole region I wanted to make editable and I pasted in this one tag. If I build this out, I go back and refresh the page. It should look the same with one subtle difference. There's now no content right there in the center. So in this case, if I click edit again, you'll see a little content region appears. I'll start by trying to reproduce some of the copy from the other White House website. So this tab right here, this is our local application, and this tab right here is the actual White House one. So it starts with a technology piece up there followed by a quote. So let's reproduce this. Heading, technology, then a quote. I'll put our own quote here because it's editable and we can. So pepper is great. There you go. If I go back to the page, see what other content is on there. Seems to be some kind of heading with a bunch of bullets. We can actually copy and paste this markup if we want to. I'll go back here and I'll just paste this in. That looks pretty good. If I want to see what it looks like in production, I can just preview. There we go. I'm pretty happy with that so far, so I'll save it. So basically what you've seen right now is in less than 10 minutes I've taken the White House website and made the content in there completely editable. Now that in itself is pretty good, but one of the nice benefits is since this is now inside of Pepper, I can reuse any of our Pepper widgets or any custom widgets that you've developed. So for example, if I wanted to add a custom Twitter feed onto this page right here, I can go find our Twitter widget right here. I'll click our Twitter button. This is actually going to be covered in a separate video webcast that'll show how to make a social mashup. But for this example, I'll choose to make, I can either follow a single Twitter user or multiple users. I'll follow Alfresco, the Alfresco hashtag for this example. I'll insert it. And this is represented with a little thumbnail right there. When I preview it, it fills out with all Twitter posts following the hashtag of Alfresco. So this is unstyled right now, and that's actually a good thing because whatever CSS was given to us by our designer will actually just apply. And I guess that our website.gov designer didn't anticipate having a Twitter widget on there. But I can add it back, and it flips right back into a little thumbnail. So I like this, so I'll go ahead and save it. I'll also quickly change these last two bullets. Say progress. I'll say our templating is complete. Preview. That looks good. I'll save it. And if I'm done with this page and now I want to push it live to the world, I'll hit check in and go live. When I click this, it's not only checking it in from me being the author and editing it, it's also publishing it out to the world, which means that if I flip out of content authoring mode back into the public website mode, there it is. It's live. So there you go. 10 minutes from receiving HTML to pushing a brand new look and feel live on the site, complete with Twitter widgets.